Hey everybody, what is up? It is Vinny from vdubproductions and welcome back to my Sacramento State Dynasty for College Football 27 here on YouTube. The Hornets are in their first season of FBS. We're getting ready to play the first game. It is a Week 0 matchup, and they will go across the country to Ypsilanti, Michigan, where they will have their first MACtion game right off the bat between the Sacramento State Hornets and the Eastern Michigan Eagles. Before we get started here, I hope you do enjoy this video. If you do, please leave a like, comment, and hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so yet, and hit the bell icon to receive notifications when these videos do come out. And with that, we're getting ready to get started here. It is the Sacramento State Hornets and the Eastern Michigan Eagles doing battle here at Rynearson Stadium, named in the field named after Max Crosby, Raider legend Max Crosby. Game coming up to you right after this. The Hornets will get the ball to start the game here as we are underway here in Ypsilanti, Michigan. Jace Wilson will take the opening kickoff as he will be down at the 20-yard line, and that is where the Sacramento State Hornets will take over as we see Jamar Curtis, the senior running back out of Maryland. He is the featured player that we're seeing for the Hornets here. First play from scrimmage for the Hornets. 1st and 10 on their own 20. They're going to hand it off to the aforementioned Jamar Curtis, but he's going to get 0 yards there. 2nd and 10 now. Conklin and shotgun formation taking the snap. Conklin going to get the pass off, but that's going to be incomplete. It intended to Coleman. 3rd down now. Next play here. The Hornets trying to avoid a 3 and out. Conklin will take the snap again. He'll get the throw off. That's going to be completed to Coleman for 15 yards. A fresh set of downs here. But 3 plays later here on 3rd and 12. Conklin's going to take the snap, and he's going to eat the turf by Jefferson Adam here, as the Eagles will take over on their own. As you see there is a pass over to 9 yards to Harold Mack from Noah Kim there. 2nd and 1 now. The next play, Noah Kim's pass will be complete to Braden Bennett, but that's going to be a 7-yard loss. Boogie Silvera with the tackle there. Now it's 3rd and 9. And there is a pass over to Kim, or he'll get the pass off. That's going to be completed over to Nick Devereaux, 14 yards, 1st down. Here we go, 2 plays later on 3rd and 4 for the Eagles. They're going to hand it over to Braden Bennett. He's only going to get 2 yards down at the 41 for Sacramento State 41-yard line, but they're going to go for it, and they're going to hand it off to Bennett again. Bennett's going to get the 1st down. Crossing the 30, he's going to be down around the 26 for a 15, 16-yard run, an injured Hornet there. 2 plays later on 2nd and 9. As there's going to be a pass that's going to be completed over to Harold Mack down at the Hornet 6, 1st and goal. Two plays later, 2nd and goal. And that's going to be handed over to Bennett, and that's going to be a 3-yard touchdown run by the Eagles. They will strike first, and that was a pretty lengthy drive. I believe when I saw it was like 11 or 12 plays there. So that was a very time-consuming and very lengthy drive that ends in 6 for the Eagles. They strike first here, and they get the extra point. Is good. They lead 7-0 here. First play from scrimmage on the next drive for the Hornets. As you see, there's Jamar Curtis. He's going to get 14 yards for a 1st down. 2 plays later, 3rd and 8 on the 41-yard line of the Hornets. Conklin, that pass is going to be complete to Jason Moses for 8 yards, but it's going to be short of the 1st down. 4th and inches now. They're going to go for it, and they're going to hand it over to Jamar Curtis, and Curtis is going to get the 1st down there. But 2 plays later on 3rd and 7 on the 47-yard line of the Eagles. Conklin, he's going to take the snap. He'll get the pass off to Coleman, but that's going to be incomplete, and they'll be forced to punt here. As that's the end of the first quarter here from Eastern Michigan. The Eagles are leading it 7-0. As we take a look at the stats here, 34 yards combined for the Hornets, as we have, I believe, 64 yards combined for of offense for the Eagles here. As we're going to get ready to start the second quarter after this. As we start the second quarter, I should say, EMU on a 3rd and 1 right now in the middle of their drive. They're going to hand it over to Bennett, and Bennett's going to go 10 yards there. Fresh set of downs. 2 plays later on 2nd and 8 on their own 42-yard line. See Noah Kim in shotgun formation. He'll take the snap. He got time. He'll get the pass off. He's going to hit Blackwell. Travis Blackwell for 11 yards. They're inside Hornets territory. To the very next play on 1st and 10 on the Sacramento State 47-yard line. They're going to hand it off over to Bennett again. He's going to get 11 yards there. Now 2 plays later, 2nd and 5 on the Hornets 32-yard line. And once again, they're going to hand it over to Bennett, and Bennett's going to get 7 yards to the Sacramento State 25-yard line. A couple plays later again, 2nd and 6, Noah Kim. He has time. He'll get the pass off. That's going to be completed to Tanner Lemaster for 15 yards, and that sets up 1st and goal. But 2 plays later, 3rd and goal on the 3. Noah Kim going to take the snap, trying to get a touchdown for the Eagles, but he's going to get sacked instead. I believe that is Xavier Williams with the sack. And the drive is going to stall for the Eastern Michigan Eagles there, looking to try to go up by 14, but instead, as we look at the replay with Xavier Williams getting past that offensive line very quickly and then just getting to Noah Kim, but instead they're going to have to settle for a field goal for the Eagles. Kessinger's field goal is going to be up, and that's good, and it's 10-0 already for Eastern Michigan. Here we go now, the next drive, and we'll see a 0-yard run by Jamar Curtis. Next play here on 2nd and 10 on the 25-yard line. Conklin will take the snap, but he's going to easily eat the dirt there for the second time in this game. 3rd and 15 now, looking to try to get as many yards as they can, maybe even convert the first down, but they're not going to get it. They're going to be forced to punt there. Now we're going to switch to 3rd and 8 here, as you see Noah Kim on that pass is going to be intercepted, and that's going to be returned for a pick 6 for Sacramento State. Boogie Severa will get the pick 6 there, as you can see. And the Hornets are on the board, much to the dismay of the crowd here in Ypsilanti at Rynearson Stadium here. He threw it straight right at them. Severa, though, actually undercuts the throw. Huge interception, and the Hornets are on the board via a defensive score. And now we're having another 3rd and 8 situation. Noah Kim, he's going to throw it, and that's going to be incomplete, and that's a 3 and out for the Hornet defense. Ensuing drive here, 1st and 10 on the 32. The Carson Conklin is going to find Matthew Coleman for 19 yards, and that's going to be a first down for inside EMU territory. Very next play, though, Carson Conklin holding on to it too long, and he's going to be sacked for the 3rd time in this game. However, the very next play on 2nd and 16 on their own 45-yard line for the Hornets, he's going to find Jordan Williams. Williams is going to cross the 30. He's going to be down at the 27-yard line. That was a 28-yard strike here. 2 plays later on 2nd and 12, Carson Conklin's pass over to Landry Burrow for 16 yards. That's going to set up a first down there and a timeout called at the 19-yard line of EMU. However, the drive will stall, and Josiah Stovall is going to hit a 31-yard field goal, and we're going to head to halftime tied at 10. As you see, Alonzo Carter really happy. As we do head to halftime here, as the game is tied at 10 here in this first ever game for the Sacramento State Hornets here in FBS. Here you see Eastern Michigan not looking too happy right now. As we look at the actual halftime report, and around the country, we are tied at 10 in Provo, Utah. Same score as our game right now, right before halftime as well. As you look at the stats there below, I can't really read the stats when I'm looking at my right now, looking at my software here, but we do see that Miami did beat Notre Dame 35-14. TCU over North Carolina 23-20. That game will still be played in Dublin. As we look at the highlights here, we'll leave it to you guys, and we'll be back right after this to start the second half. Look at the highlights and the stats as well. start of the second half here. It's already 3rd and 7 for EMU. As you see Noah Kim taking a snap. He's going to throw it deep, and he's going to find Travis Blackwell for 26 yards. It is a first down, but now we're back to a couple of plays later. 3rd and 1 on the 34-yard line. Sacramento State, that's going to be incomplete. Intended to Mac. However, they're going to go for it on 4th down. Once again, 4th and 1 on the Sacramento State 34-yard line. Instead of electing for a field goal, he's going to take the snap. That pass is going to complete to Tanner Lemaster for 6 yards. However, the drive will stall, and they'll still settle for a field goal here as Rudy Kessinger's 37-yard field goal is good. It is 13-10. Eastern Michigan retakes the lead. First possession for the Hornets. First play, I believe, as is going to be a 8-yard rush by Jamal Curtis to the 33-yard line of the Hornets. 2 plays later on 3rd and 1, the snap, as you see here, shotgun formation motion here. The snap's going to be taken as Curtis is going to go through, bust the hole, and he's going to go for 11 yards to be tackled at the 45-yard line for the Hornets. Fresh set of downs. A couple plays later on 2nd and 3, Carson Conklin will find Burrell for 13 yards. A few plays later again on 2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line. Carson Conklin will pass over to Jordan Williams, and Williams will go for 16 yards and tackled at the 14-yard line for EMU. The very next play, 1st and 10 on the 14. The Hornets looking to try to get some points on the board here. Conklin will throw the pass. He's going to find Jamar Curtis for the touchdown. That's an easy touchdown right there for the running back. He hasn't been able to get a touchdown on the ground, but he's able to get one through the air. And the Hornets now are on top for the first time all game. As we see the catch right there, that's just an easy path there. As you see, that defender was just busy getting the guy from in the end zone. Here we are, ensuing EMU drive here. We see on a 2nd and 4, and that is a pass to Benson Prosper for 28 yards, first down. Very next play on the 1st and 10. Noah Kim takes the snap. That throw is going to be completed over to Harold Mack, and that's going to be 9 yards. 2 plays later on 3rd and 3 on the 34-yard line of the Hornets. They're threatening again here. You see Noah Kim will find it over to Tanner Lemester for 4 yards for a first down. But then that will take us to the end of the 3rd quarter here. And despite a putrid offense, but you know the Hornet offense is starting to come alive, they lead 17-13. As I said, look at the putrid stats right there. Only 29 rushing yards at the end of 3. Get those 4s up. We're getting ready to start the 4th quarter right after this. Back here in the 4th quarter now, it is 3rd and 6 for the Eagles as they're driving on the 26 of Sacramento State. See Noah Kim taking a snap. He's going to complete the pass to Benson Prosper for 20 yards out. And now 2 plays later, they're going to hand it off over to Braden Bennett for a touchdown. He's in for the 2nd time in this game, and EMU retakes the lead with just over 2 minutes into or a little bit under 2 minutes into the 4th quarter. From 6 yards out on 2nd and goal here, and it is 20-17 now. Sacramento State with the ball here. 2nd and 7. See Carson Conklin back to throw, and he's going to complete the pass over to Jordan Williams for 24 yards. They're at the 40-yard line of Sacramento State, but now it's 3rd and 4 on their own 46 here. Conklin, a little bit under pressure. He's just going to throw it away, and they'll punt. Here we are now, 3rd and 4 on the EMU 30 for the Eagles here, but Noah Kim's going to be sacked for 10 yards, and I believe that's Xavier Williams for the 2nd time in this game. And it's 3 and out, and we're going to have some punt tennis in this game. As we look at Xavier Williams once again, 2nd time of the game. And that's the same offensive lineman he got past for that sack. Now Sac State with the ball again, facing their own situation here, trying to avoid a 3 and out. As you see, Conklin, he's going to eat the turf for the 3rd time in this game, and we got 3 and out tennis as well as punt tennis. And now we have the next drive for EMU, I should say, and that's the 3rd down, and that's going to be dropped by Nick Devereaux. They'll be forced to punt again as we see the next Sac State drive. That was 2-yard run by Bryant Collins. The very next play, though, on 2nd and 8, from their own 37-yard line. Conklin's going to get the pass off, and that's going to be completed over to Matthew Coleman, and Coleman's going to run it into the end zone for a 63-yard touchdown. The Hornets are back on top. They lead it 24-20 with under 2.5 minutes to play. Oh, that's a huge catch by Matthew Coleman. And both offenses were just stagnant in this fourth quarter, but there's a big pass right there. That could be the winner. Will it be the winner? Well, we'll find out. As I said, Eastern Michigan or Sacramento State retakes the lead here. First play of the next drive here, we have Noah Kim getting sacked, and I believe that's Will Weber will get the sack there. 10-yard loss here sets up a 2nd and 20 here, but as you see, the Sac State fans, though, that made the trip over to Michigan, they're really happy right now. We see Will Weber, look at that. He just shoved that offensive lineman down before getting the sack. 2 plays later, though, 3rd and 20 on their own 18-yard line for EMU. Noah Kim takes the snap. He'll hit the pass off. He'll connect with Harold Mack for 14 yards, and now it's 4th and 6. Snap is off. The pass is up, and it's going to be dropped by Travis Blackwell. Turnover on downs. So Sacramento State with a chance to run the clock down here. That's going to be 4-yard rush by Jamar Curtis here. Timeout, Eastern Michigan. They'll use their first one. And I have no idea what the heck. I did not, for some reason, I did not edit that part out with the play calling here. However, they're going to hand it off over to Curtis again. No timeout, no yard gain here. That's going to be a timeout called. That's Eastern Michigan's second timeout. 3rd down now, 3rd and 6 on their own 28-yard line, or 3rd and 5, I should say. And they're going to hand it off to Curtis again, and that's going to be a 3-yard rush. Final timeout called by EMU, and the Sacramento State Hornets are going to have to settle for a field goal by Stovall, and Stovall will kick it up, and that is good from 41 yards out. 27-20, Sacramento State on top. They have to have one more defensive stand here, as the crowd can sense it that their team's probably going to lose here. First play of their next drive for EMU. It's 1st and 10 on the 27. Noah Kim takes a snap. He'll throw the pass up. That's going to be complete to Tanner Lamaster for 16 yards. And then the next play, of course, they're going to spike it here. We're going to fast forward. It's 2 plays later. 4th and 4 on their own 44-yard line. They need to get this first down or this game is over with. As you see, Kim, he's going to get the pass off. That's going to be complete to Nick Debry for 21 yards. And they're on the 30-yard line of Sacramento State. And they'll spike the ball here. It is 2nd and 10 now. Kim, under pressure, he cannot afford to take a sack, and he does take a sack here, and that's going to do it for this game here, and the Hornets will survive, and they'll take their first game as an FBS team. They go into Ypsilanti, Michigan. As you see, Carson Conklin, 226 yards and 2 touchdown passes in this game. And the fans in Sacramento and the Hornets are going to have a happy flight back home to Sacramento as they come away with this Week 0 victory in their season opener. They are now 1-0, not just in the regular season, but they are 1-0 in conference play early on off the bat. And I'm going to start looking at the stats actually through the PlayStation and commentating through the PlayStation for the stats and recruiting, because it's kind of hard for me to read sometimes because I don't know my software for some reason it's only like very little or something. So with that, I'm going to go on with the stats here as we have Carson Conklin going 13 of 19 for 226 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. That long pass was that 63-yard touchdown strike. That was proven to be the game winner. As we look at the rushing stats here, we got Jamar Curtis with 17 carries for 54 yards. Bryant Collins only 3 carries for 7 yards, and then we have to go all the way down to see Carson Conklin going 6 carries for -26 yards. He was sacked 4 times in the game. in the game for those negative 26 yards. Looking at receiving here, we have Matthew Coleman with 3 catches for 97 yards. And of course, that game-winning touchdown there from 63 yards out. Jordan Williams with 3 catches for 68 yards. Landry Burrell, 3 catches, 28 yards. Jamar Curtis with 2 catches for 18 yards. We had a touchdown. And then we have Jason Moses, 1 catch for 8 yards. Kyle Kuntz, 1 catch for 7 yards. And that's all the receiving stats there, because I don't think anybody else got anything. Blocking wise, let's see. Vines has no stats here. Jeremiah Sawworth, unfortunately, he allowed 2 sacks. 2 of the 4 sacks were allowed here. Nobody got any pancakes. Bryson Summers allowed the other 2 sacks. Oh no, wait a minute. This is difficult actually. I take that back actually, because we got Val Safoya had 2 pancakes. Usually the pancakes in recent years have been on the other side, and then we have 2 sacks allowed by Hayden Frazier, 2 sacks allowed. So yeah, I was confused with the pancakes and the sacks, because this is just actually outside the menu, not actually still from inside the game. So I do have to do a little bit better on that one. So let's go look at the stats here. Alex Rocha and Miles Tucker both had 9 tackles each, as well as Nico Clem. And then Tucker, Clem, and Bogsy Silvera had a tackle for a loss each. Silvera had 8 tackles, as well as a pick 6 actually. You see that 27-yard pick 6 for him, and that's how he got the MAC Defensive Player of the Week. See, Elias Mulligan had 7 tackles. Let's see, Diesel Gordon 5 tackles, as well as Malachi Nichols, Darson Genty. We have Xavier Williams had 2 sacks in the game, and then you have Derek Houston with that sack, which I believe that was the sack to end the game, as well as we had Will Weber with the sack as well. Kicking wise, we have Josiah Stovall going 2 for 2 from field goal range, hitting 41. That was his longest. That extended the lead here. He did go perfect 3 of 3 from the field goal, or for extra points here. And for punt wise, we have Wyatt Drag, 5 punts for 232 yards, 191 net yards. One of them landed inside the 20, and he also had 1 touchback. Kick returns, we have Jace Wilson with 1 return for 17 yards, and then Sincere Rainey 1 return for 11 yards. And then we had Jace Wilson 3 punt returns for 41 yards, as long as it was a 20-yarder. And that is your statistics. I'm starting to look at the recruitings after week 0 here, and we got a lot of players scouted here, as we had offers to everybody so far. We got Alan Brink, we're number 10 on his list, but it's going to be a tough battle here. Now Oregon State's number 1. We got Marvin Poindexter, we're in the top 10, but he is off. We're the only school to offer so far. Al Grant, Washington State and Oregon State are trying to go after the 2-star quarterback herself. We're number 10 on this list, but number 1 and 2 have offered him already. Then we head to the fullback here, Soma Anatolo here. We're the only one in the top 10 has offered him any scholarship right now. Stephen Aurora, number 1, 2, and 3. Fresno State, UNLV, and San Jose State have offered, as well as we did. Gordon Pope. We look at 3 schools in the top 10 here from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. He probably wants to stay closer to home. Who knows? Because Mississippi State is on his list right now, number 1. But then you got La Tech and Rice that have also offered him, as well as Keenan Douglas here from Albany, California, the right guard, 3-star right guard. We have offered him some NIL stuff. We'll see how this goes, because we need to get some points to offer him. Let's see, Timothy Cone, San Jose State, top of his list. They have offered him, as well as us. Conan Cushenberry, Stanford and Tulane have offered, as well as us. We're number 8 on his list. And then we got John Paredes. We're number 10 on his list. We have offered him. Mateo Saucedo, Washington, at number 4 on his list. They're the only school that have offered besides us. As I said, we're in the top 10 for everybody. Then we got Tobias Shabazz. Let me see. I think that Fresno State game might be make or break for us as far as maybe trying to get him, besides trying to get a win. And then we got Santiago Mandrero. First top 5, as I see here. We're number 4 on his list. We offered him the 1-star left edge. And then we got Demetrius Simple, number 9 on our list. We're number 9 on the list, as you can actually see. We're the only school in the top 10, and his top 10 has offered so far. Eric Lockett, number 1 on our list. The only recruit that we're actually leading right now from Salt Lake City. The 1-star left edge. We're leading him right now. We're the only school that has offered either. And then we got Don Edmond, number 10. You don't see us, but we are number 10. You can see the interest 10th on that thing. We offered him. The same with Cam Adai, the 2-star Will. Raheem Payne, number 9, as you can see on the little bit of the bottom right there, the projected cutoff, but we have offered him right now. Doug Sneed, we're the only top 10 school to offer him. Top 10 list school, as I said. This one's going to definitely be a big hill to climb here. Josh Corner, the 2-star Sam from San Marcos, California. We have offered him a scholarship, but look at the top 5, as well as number 6, Rice has offered him. Then we got Paris Valentine, number 1, Oregon State for him. They've offered him. Lester Bartow, we've offered, only school to offer him so far. D'Angelo Pitts, the same thing. DJ Milborn, UNLV, San Jose State, Rice have offered him, as well as James Sledger, the 2-star cornerback, San Diego State. And we've actually dropped on his list, believe it or not. At number 3, we got Femi Ochi. We are the only school to offer him. Number 2, Christian Jowers is number 2 on. We're number 2 on his list from Green Bay, California, for the 1-star cornerback. Nevada is ahead, but we're the only school to offer. And then the only other school besides us to offer has been Fresno State and UNLV, number 1 and number 2 on his list. When the next video comes, we'll have our home opener at Sacramento State Stadium, or Hornet Stadium technically, but the actual Hornet Stadium was not able to be put into the game in time, so it'll be Sacramento State Stadium. Regardless, it is the Hornets' home opener in this dynasty. They're looking to try to go 2-0 on the season as they welcome the Air Force Academy here. I actually replaced the FCS team with the Air Force Academy. So that should be an interesting match here. And that will do it. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like, comment, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. If you haven't done so yet, hit the bell icon to receive notifications when these videos do come out. As well as there will be a link in the description down below for my Cash App, and also where you can follow me on Instagram and X. And with that, I am Vinny from vdubproductions, and I am signing off.